It's 1 a.m., phone in hand. You just watched someone from high school announce their dream job on LinkedIn. Someone else got engaged. A third person is traveling in Thailand, and their Instagram makes it look like their life is one long sunset. And you're lying there thinking, what am I even doing? Everyone else has it figured out. I don't even know what I want. So you call yourself directionless, unmotivated, like everyone else got handed a map at 18 and you somehow missed the meeting. Maybe you even joke about a quarter-life crisis, like it's a scheduled event you were supposed to have. Here's what nobody tells you. This isn't a personal crisis. It has causes, and they're not your fault. The first one is the advice you've been given your whole life. Follow your passion, find your purpose, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. Cal Newport, who spent years studying this, found something surprising. That advice isn't just unhelpful, it's harmful. When researchers surveyed over 500 university students, 84% said they had a passion, but less than 4% of those passions related to a career. People's passions were hockey, dance, reading, skiing, not jobs. And yet we tell 18-year-olds to pick a major based on a passion they haven't developed yet, then call them lost when they can't find it. The second mechanism is the comparison machine. Humans evolved to compare themselves to roughly 150 people, the size of a tribe. That's what your brain's status tracking system was built for. But you're not comparing yourself to 150 people anymore. You're comparing yourself to billions. Jordan Peterson put it simply. You see everyone else's highlight reel, but you live in your own full behind-the-scenes recording. Every curated vacation photo, every engagement announcement, every "I'm excited to announce" post, you're comparing their best 2 seconds to your average Tuesday night alone in bed, wondering why you're failing. That's not a fair fight. That's not even the same sport. And then there's the third thing. You have more options than any generation in history, which sounds like freedom. But psychologist Barry Schwartz found something counterintuitive. Too many choices doesn't make people happier, it makes them paralyzed. When you could do anything, picking something feels like closing every other door forever. So you freeze, you scroll, you wait for a clarity that never comes. Stack those three together. A bad myth about passion, an ancient comparison instinct being fed an infinite feed, and more options than any human brain was ever meant to process, and you get the exact recipe for feeling lost. And here's the data proving it's not just you. The Deloitte Global Survey of over 23,000 young people found 86% say purpose matters deeply to them, but nearly half regularly feel their daily life isn't interesting, important, or motivating. Harvard researchers found 58% of Gen Z lacked meaning or purpose in the past month. The widest gap between searching for meaning and actually finding it peaks in your 20s. You're not broken. You're a predictable data point in a system that was never designed for you to feel oriented. So here's a different approach. Call it the direction protocol. 3 moves. Not to find the one true purpose, that's the myth we just buried, but to build direction from where you actually are, starting tonight. 1. Compare backward, not outward. Peterson's rule. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Pick one thing you're slightly better at than you were last month. That's your actual progress. Nobody's Instagram can see it, but it's the only comparison that's real. Everything else is you losing a game that was rigged from the start. 2. Build career capital in small reps. Newport's finding, passion follows skill, not the other way around. The people who love their work didn't find a passion and chase it. They got good at something rare and valuable, and the passion followed. So stop asking, what am I passionate about? And start asking, what can I get good at? James Clear's research on habits shows identity doesn't come from a lightning bolt. It comes from small daily votes. Every 10 minutes of deliberate practice is a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. You don't need a 10-year plan. You just need a direction and a daily vote. 3. Live in today's compartment. A century ago, physician Sir William Osler cured his own constant anxiety with 21 words from Thomas Carlyle. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. He called it living in day-tight compartments, closing the door on yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's fears, and doing just today's work. The people who seem like they have it all figured out aren't working from some master plan they've had since 18. They're working from a today plan, repeated. Here's what should actually make you feel better. The feeling of being lost isn't a permanent condition, it's the predictable output of three forces: a bad myth about passion, an ancient brain being fed an infinite comparison feed, and more choices than any generation before you. You don't need to know where you'll be in 5 years. You need to know one thing to do today that's slightly better than yesterday, one skill you're getting good at, and one compartment you're going to close tonight before you sleep. That's not lost, that's building, and nobody's feed can show it, but you'll feel it.